Ladies and gentlemen, the great resignation has now hit the managers. Yes, even the bosses now are walking away. Mm-mm-mm. The so called great resignation is going strong, and it's not just for workers, not anymore. Increasingly, managers are also leaving their job for greener pastures. Data shows that managers are leaving their jobs at elevated levels, and that even though resignation rates for workers overall have declined from their peak, a lot of people are still quitting their jobs. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now even the managers are running for the running out of Dodge. Whoa. So data on management departures come from a number of sources. So people are saying that they found that resignations, the rate for managers went from 3.8% in the first half of 2021 to 5% in the first half of 2022, which represents a much bigger jump than for non managers. Mm-mm-mm. So, Gusto, which provides payroll benefits and human resources management software, found quit rates among managers remain at the same peak level in June as it did a year earlier, while those non managers have declined. LinkedIn found that the rate of people leaving their jobs at the director level has been growing much faster than those at entry level. So, this time last year, so the departure of bosses was also evident on the job platform Zip Recruiter, which said postings for managerial positions are growing at a fast rate. So they have seen a 12% jump in management postings, and this is up from 10% in June. To be clear, levels of quits remain high across job types and levels. Data released from the Bureau of Labor Statistics this week shows a 2.8% of employed people quit their jobs in May. That's slightly lower than the peak of 3% last winter, but still very high. In general, we're looking for a different job that has become a bit of a national pastime. The number of people using top job search apps are at an all time high, according to app marketing intelligence company Apptopia. So, lower paid workers always make up the majority of the workforce and the majority of the quits. As fallout from the pandemic, as well as existing trends like aging workforce continue, however, the composition of the resignations has shifted to include, a more higher paid worker now and increasingly those in management roles. Resignation rates are creeping up into the ranks where it isn't a foregone conclusion. Their departures are greatly affected by the people who work for them and the company they work for, both of which they rely on managers to stabilize things in times of uncertainty. If managers are leaving their companies, CEOs will, at least for a while, have to make do without them. Why is your boss leaving? Bosses are people too, and they are subjected to many of the same headwinds that are causing everyone else to quit their jobs. including burnout and the reconsideration of workplace in their lives. Because, a lot of people that I have read previously with these high paying jobs, many of them are leaving permanently. They're looking for another way to work either from home or forming their own businesses. And people are still doing that at a high rate. Okay, so their reason for leaving also unique to management, which is tasked with increasingly difficult task of hiring, retaining workers at a time when people are quitting left and right. In a survey, managers, the leadership software uh, Humu, found that retention and training were the top two biggest challenges last year. And people continually leave their jobs for things like better pay, remote work, self employment, and it's management's responsibility to replace them, which isn't very easy in a tight labor market. Managers are also trying to lead their workforce amid unprecedented change, something that's adding to the strain, which they might not be equipped for. A lot of management are putting in work, but not because they're great managers, but because they're great technical contributors. That doesn't necessarily mean you have the skill to manage emotions, though difficult times. Yeah, so burnout seems to be the number one reason why these managers are now leaving in droves. Boy, I tell you what, the American labor market is never going to be the same. I think it is very obvious now. Part of your job is almost becoming like a therapist. People are going through hard times, and as a manager, you have to help them through that. Part of your job is almost becoming like a therapist. A dispersed workforce is also creating new challenges for managers. The vast majority of big corporations are adopting a hybrid model where both from home and the office, managing people across locations and trying to shepherd people back to the office who don't want to go is proving to be a major difficulty for management. Yeah, well, that seems to be a problem nationwide. You have a lot of people in big positions within these companies. They want people back in the office, and a lot of people are refusing. They just want to work remotely. They don't want to go back to the office. But wow, the managers are leaving now. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.